Hey everyone, it is me, Prince Caius here, and I am making Support Deku Part 2. What if Deku had a support quirk Part 2? And I hope you all enjoy this video, and let's get into the video in 3, 2, 1, intro! Yes, sorry. Time for the USJ arc. Everything happens the same until Deku starts to fight the Nomu. Deku is using 20% of One For All and is using a pole, a staff. He made a staff and he's fighting with it. It's pretty light, but it's very hard to damage. So, the Nomu grabs Deku and throws him. The Nomu grabs Deku's arm and chunks him. And Deku, when he's flying, he was like, oh no, I need to make something. He thought of something, he's like, jetpack. And he makes the jetpack, and it starts to slow him down. And All Might arrives. All Might runs down there and fights the Nomu. Everything happens the same after All Might is fighting the Nomu. So Deku and Momo walks home after the USJ arc, and a few weeks go by. Deku and Momo, 1 second. Sorry about that. I accidentally wrote down Deku gets married again. I don't from Momo to Momo again. I don't know why I wrote that in the script. I messed up there, but let's just say they just walk home, and a few weeks go by, and it's the UA festival. Deku gets first in the race. He made a teleportation thing for him to teleport in. So that's how he got in first place. And in Cavalry battle, he got second place. Actually, you know what? First place, because he made a vacuum that can suck only the headbands, and he basically got that. He got first place. Okay, so Deku versus Shinso happens the same. Exactly the same, but when Deku snaps out of it, he makes a staff and throws it at Shinso, and the pole caught Shinso's shirt and getting him out of the ring. Deku versus Todoroki happens closely the same, but Deku was using 20% of One For All. And Deku told Todoroki his fire side is his, not his dad's, it is his. Todoroki starts to use his fire and ice, and Deku, all of a sudden, Deku uses 23% of One for All with a staff and flicking his finger, and he's in full cowling, by the way, if I didn't tell you guys that. And the pole hit Todoroki in the stomach. It didn't pierce him because his ice blocked it, but the force of the flick, of the finger flick, basically knocked back Todoroki and knocking him out of the ring. So Deku got first place. Oh wait, yeah, Deku versus Bakugo. Deku, okay, so Bakugo is vigilant, and Deku basically puts tiny marbles around the whole arena, and uses a staff and throws it on his left and on another one on his right, and it's going in different directions upwards. And Deku uses a jetpack, and Bakugo shoots upwards, but the magnets activate. The marbles are magnets, and the poles aim at Bakugo, trapping him, and Deku wins because it knocked it. Bakugo basically gave up at that point because it almost went through his hand and his whole body, so he gave up. So time for the Deku got first place, Bakugo got second, and Todoroki got third. Time for the Hero Killer arc. Everything happens the same until Stain is fighting Deku and Todoroki. Deku is using 25% of One for All and makes a thin wall around him so he doesn't get cut. And when it gets cut, it spills out poisonous gas. Not poisonous gas. It basically knockout gas. And Stain cuts it, and Deku yells, "It is over, Stain!" And just kicks his stomach and knocking him out with the sleeping gas and with the kick. And Todoroki freezes Stain on the wall, and Stain gets captured, and he's still alive. So, time for the end of the term arc. Deku and Bakugo fights All Might, like in the anime and the manga. Deku is using 25%, and Bakugo Deku is using 25% of One for All, and made tiny marbles, the magnet marbles, and put tasers, teeny tiny microscopic tasers on both of the all around them, and threw up 4 poles, and All Might jumps at Bakugo. Bakugo Bakugo uses an explosion and it shocks All Might. The magnets get on All Might and the poles hit All Might and the electric hits only All Might. And Deku and Bakugo puts the capturing the wristbands on, whatever you want to call it, on All Might, and they basically captured All Might. A few weeks after that, it's time for the training. It's time for the training camp arc. The Deku has to train with like do push-ups and pull-ups and all that stuff, running and stuff, while making stuff and saying the name of what he's making out loud, yelling it at the top of his lungs. And then everything happens the same with the Vanguard Squad. Deku fights Muscular, but Deku uses 30%. Then figures out that Muscular needs to be put down, so Deku makes a pole, a staff. Actually, you know what? He makes a spear, and he put a gun inside of it, so it's a spear gun. It's like a tranquilizer dart only, okay? Deku takes out Muscular out in a few seconds, hitting him, stabbing him one time and hitting him with the staff and shooting him in the leg and knocking him out. Deku takes the kid back and tries to save. Well, Deku takes the kid. I don't remember his name. I'm just calling it the kid, okay? Takes the kid to Ozawa and then went to the Pussycats and told them what was going on, and they all try to save Bakugo, just like in the anime. But he gets kidnapped, like in the anime and manga. Then a few days go by. Deku and everyone that was Kirishima, Ida, and Shoto Todoroki, and if I am correct, Momo? If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I should watch the show, the third season again on that part, but they save Bakugo, just like in the anime and the manga. All Might is fighting All For One, but Deku, before he leaves, he gives All Might, well, before All Might fights All For One, Deku gives All Might a serum to give him the ability to regenerate a little bit of his scarring on his stomach, so he can be in the form a little bit longer and do more damage. So All For One gets beat and arrested. Everything happens exactly the same after that. Deku can make money in any situation if he needs it. He won't break the economy though. He'll just get enough money that he needs. And yes, he does pay the bills with his mom, and his mom, Inko, is not stressed out. But Deku doesn't really care about his dad because he doesn't see him that much, and he doesn't pay the bills anymore. But he's fine with it. But he loves mom and dad. But it's time to outro.